Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me on Let's Talk. It's a fact of life that every day we hear of some tragedy, grave misfortune or hardship that people endure, families endure. They're in our township, they're in our country, they're perhaps on the other side of the world. And we hear about it, and sometimes it's painful to listen and tune in and accept that, this is going on. I spoke to a friend over the weekend and she said that she never watches the news. She doesn't see the point. She finds it depressing, and besides, she believes there's nothing she can do to change the circumstance of the people in the stories, those people who are suffering hardships. And I proposed to her, as I'd like to propose to you, I said, what if she saw her day and the responsibilities, the chores even, the commitments that she had throughout the day, what if she saw them differently? Because she realised there are people, out there who are far worse off than her, who are enduring great hardship. So I suggested to this friend that perhaps she change her mentality and her thought process, and instead of starting her day with, I have to do this, I have to do that, that she change that to being, I get to do this and I get to do that. Because we all say at the beginning of the day, or even the end of a day, projecting what has to be done the following day, oh, I have to go to fuel up before I have to go to work, I have to do the grocery shopping, I have to pay the rent, I have to pay those bills, I have to go and see this person, I have to get through the traffic, I have to do the gardening, I have to go to the doctor. Everything's I have to. And that mentality, that thought process is imposing a sense of stress and burden regarding those commitments, those responsibilities. However, if we change and we shift that mentality to being that of I get to, then it's more like a blessing. I get to go to work tomorrow. I get to get in my car and drive from A to B. I get to take money out of my wallet and pay for food to go in the fridge for my family. I get to go to see a doctor for an ailment that someone across the other side of the world may not have within their accessibility and their availability. Maybe someone on the other side of the country doesn't get that, or someone on the other side of your town doesn't afford that availability. So I'm suggesting to you to perhaps reframe your thinking to being that of I get to. It's an opportunity. It's a blessing. I get to do this stuff. As opposed to saying I have to, where it becomes this heavy, stressful burden and drudge. Other people might see it as a fabulous thing if they got to go to work or got to go to school. And yet we see it too often as something that is less than pleasant. So it's just a suggestion of changing the way we think about things and how we word things and how we see our blessings and not take them for granted. Because yes, every day on the news there's hardship and tragedy, and what it does for me is makes me realise how fortunate I am, and the life that I live is full of blessings. I hope you can recognise them as well. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to talking with you next week. In the meantime, look after you. Thank you. Bye-bye.